Thank you, Sam. My name is Djaffar Shalchi. As Sam said, I'm also an Iranian. So some kind of conspiracy here. And Sam also is Iranian, so we are three in the room. I didn't have said anything in 2 days, so I will take 10 minutes of your time. I hope it's okay. Thank you to Jeffrey and anybody who has invited me here today. So, who am I? Allah. I'm a human being like you, Iranian. My history is a little bit like Sam's. I was born in 61. I'm 56 years old. When I was 8 years old, my parents took me and my siblings to Europe. I have lived 1 year in Austria, Vienna, and the rest of the time in Copenhagen, Denmark. So, after 10 years, in 79, the Iranian Revolution started. I was in school there. I have a beautiful girlfriend, my wife. We met each other when I was 15 years old. But my siblings and my family get back to Iran because they said, we have to go and rebuild the country. It's broken. So my brothers get there. I stayed back in Denmark. I have my beautiful wife. I was studying to be engineer, building engineer. But as you know, the war was very bad. 500,000 Iranians died. My brother died. One gets sick. One disappeared. I didn't see him yet. I don't know where is this. More than 30 years ago now. So the history is short. My mother raised us in Copenhagen, worked very hard, labor work, like everybody else. But we were lucky, you know. We have this welfare system in Copenhagen. Scandinavia has a beautiful system we can learn of. So I have the education. I have food, shelter, protection. So I studied very hard. I get an engineer. I start to work. And I said to my wife, I want to help, you know, saving lives. Saving lives was very important for me because I saw, like now, like 10, 20 years ago, was the same, 1 billion poor. And you know, poverty is the worst form of violence we have, more bad than wars, because every day they're dying. And I see them when I go to Africa and across the world. So my wife said, okay, start something. I said, okay, funding. Funding, Jeff was talking about it. When I wake up, I was thinking about money. When I go to bed, money, all the time, money. No funding, you cannot do anything. So my wife said, okay, start your own business. Because I couldn't get any funding. So I said, why not? I'm an engineer, worked for 10 years now. I start my own company, build apartments. How difficult can that be, you know? Foundation, bricks, 1 apartment, 2 apartments, 10, 100, 200. And you know, hard work, like Jeff said, it will take a lot of hard work to do this. So I worked the last 20 years in my own company. And I was so lucky, worked very hard, 20 hours a day. But you know, it's a beautiful job because you get happy about it. Because my plan was to put it inside the foundation we started 2 years ago. We put $30 million inside to start to remove the SDG goals. So, what am I doing here? I was in New York 2 weeks ago and meet Sam. And Sam was speaking at this conference, and I said to him, I'm a businessman, I have a question. What is your budget? He said, I don't know. I said, you started 2 years ago. How much have we used? I don't know. I think it was about $100,000. I said, that cannot be. I'm so proud of you, you know. You have done so much work with no funding at all, 100,000, nothing. So I promised that, okay, I will put the first million inside because I believe in you. I have children too, and your ages. I have a grandchild, 1.5 years, I have another one in March. So I want them also to go to schools, you know. I have to give back because I listened many times to wealthy persons who said, Djaffar, I have worked so many hard hours, it's mine. But it's not true, don't believe them. It's not theirs because they built it on the shoulders of their parents, you know. They built a society that could provide them schools and safety and food and so on. So my responsibility is to give back, of course. I have to do that. So I'm sitting here today because I'm looking actually after my investment. What are we going to do? What are we going to do? And Jeff and many others have made so wonderful job. We have now the SDGs, 70 goals. So let's look at this as a business case, okay? Go with me in a helicopter, let's go out of this room. Actually, out of the Vatican, out of Rome, actually out of our planet. Let's go up and look at this blue, beautiful planet. We have the SDG goal, 17, okay. So I am the CEO of this company, and I will ask, the first question will be, how much do we need to remove this 17 goals? And you already have that answer, it's 3 trillion. Okay, let's look how much do we have in this world. We check the Credit Suisse report, you know that, the pyramid, 1%, 99, and all that. I think today we have about 300 trillion in the world. The world and the world are 300. So actually 1% of that is 3 trillion. That will remove all our problems, the poverty, the wars, the environment. So we know what the goals are, SDGs. We know how much it costs. So we have to get the money now. The fundings again. Money, 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 money. And how do we do that? Then I look at the report from Piketty and many others who studied, and they said their conclusion after many hard work is tax the wealth because it is in the top. Like Jeffrey said so many times in so many years, it only takes a small % of the wealth. I can give 30 million, it don't affect my life at all. I can have beautiful cars, beautiful homes, go any place on the earth I want. So we have to learn, and we have to go and get it, actually. So what is bringing us together? You said before, come on, go and ask them. You're not asking for a kidney. You're asking for help and money. And I know of personal experience, if you give more happy. So we have to learn, people like me, to come and help us. And believe me, many of them will come and help us. We are not alone on this. But again, the majority of them will not come. So our foundation comes with ideas. We want to tax the world, like Piketty said. So why not the billionaires, 2,000 persons? How hard can that be? Okay, we get some of them to help us. You go and make the hard work. The hard work is what? Awareness projects. You must be one unit, one movement, one voice. We make so much noise. We shake this world in a gentle way. So they listen, so the media comes on our side. Because today, you know, the 1%, if you earn more than, if you have more worth than $1 million, you are in the 1%. And the 1% represent 33 million people. But that's not interesting. Like Bernie Sanders said, we have to look at the 1/10 of the 1%. So if you have more than $50 million, you are between the 140,000 people at the top, and I am one of them, and I know how they're thinking. You know, the system is built for us. I don't have to work anymore, because every year my will just go up. Because the system is built by us, for us. Our democracy is under pressure. We go and vote, and we think that we get something out of it. Yeah, we get a little bit, but the most of it is from the elite. They get it. So, my solution is very simple. Taxation of the billionaires with one voice. Make so much noise as we possibly can. Get so many of them inside. And when we have that, I promise you there will be the break of the ice to go on to get the 3 trillion. Because the billionaires can only give us about 80 billion. But still, it will save hundreds of millions of children. And after that, I'm sure we can get the 3 trillion also, because it's only 1% of the world's wealth. Is it not so much to ask for? Thank you.